Right, this metal engraving lark. Right, I've had a go with this, and I don't know if you can see, it's not been a very successful, if I'm honest. Anyway, you know how to do it. I got some, of all things, I went and bought some nail polish, because apparently you need that, and some nail polish remover, which just read it. It's the same as acetone, but it's acetone free for sensitive people, so it does the same thing. That's all that matters. And it'll clean the metal up. Now maybe, just maybe, I didn't clean that up enough first. I don't know. Anyway, we've got two setups, and one might work and one might not. I have managed to make a template, right, which I was quite pleased about actually, which half works. And for me it's very difficult, so I've done two, right. I meant to do one and I haven't got it done, but anyway. Right, so you can see I've managed to cut out my name on two of them. But it's hard work for me, I'll be honest, it's not easy. But the thing is, you see, what I thought was, rather than have me name down, what I was trying to do with this was have my name raised, and the M has actually worked. You know, you can feel a little lip and the M has worked, but the rest hasn't. So this is probably the best one to do. So I'll show you this one, because this one may work a bit. I haven't actually gone to town on the thing. You can see bits of rust below it and all sorts. But we'll see if this one works. Right. And then we'll see how we go on with the other one. So what I've got to do with this one is, this is the fiddly one. And what I've done, to make it easier for me, I think you can see there, let me just twiddle the camera a little bit. I'm trying to keep this light out, aren't I? You know about that. Let me come in a little bit, see how we're going on. Because you want to see this, obviously. You want to see what I'm doing. It's no good if you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Right, so we've got the plate there, look. I'm using my little vice just to hold it, simply because it's easier for me. Right. So now what I've done, I've got that. I don't know if you can see what that says on there, what voltage it is. And all I've done, to make it very simple, right, I just bared the ends. I'm too close there, right. Just bared the ends, that's all I've done. And that one is positive. I've checked it with my meter. And that just goes onto this plate. So I could trap it in the vise, or I can just put it on with the mould grips. Because it's quite small, this is, you know. It's actually quite small. That, you know, I found it's better to do this, and every video you look at is doing small stuff. It seems to be the best way, right? So that's on there, and it seems to be holding. And now all I do, which is different to everyone else obviously, get one of those Q-tips, right? They all have crocodile clips and stuff. You know me, I don't bother too much. And all I do is wrap the lead, which, by the way, I soldered the ends of these wires. So I just wrap that round there. And then, dipping it in the salt water, like that, solution, just go on your letters. Only not forgetting to plug the power supply in. That would help, wouldn't it? And let's have the power supply plugged in. Now let's have a go. Here we are. In a little while, it'll melt the Q-tip if you do it too long. And it needs to be fizzing, right? Can you see it fizzing? You're not close enough here. Right. Let me come in a bit closer. Yeah. Right. Oh. We're at the C end, it doesn't matter which end we're at. So what I do now, unwind my soldered up wire and I put it on the other end. This is why you need so many, because you soon get through these, I found out. This is what none of the videos seem to tell you, right? And that's quite warm, so we put that in the salt water solution and putting it on here. You see, if you have a bigger clip, it'll obviously not get so hot around your Q-tip bit, will it? Actually, that might be an idea, you know. But look at that. It's stopped, right? This is what I wanted to show you. It's stopped. Not because it's come disconnected or anything, but because the end of the Q-tip has become very black, look, you see. So it doesn't work anymore. So you're constantly changing that. So maybe having a clip on the wire is a good idea after all. I'll do that. Well, from my brief experience, look, it's done something. But it's not, look, we've used a few of those. We've got plenty left, haven't we? It is a cheap hobby, but it's not. I was expecting to be a bit simpler than that. Anyway, I've redone my letters on there. Gone over it again. So, I mean, that one did work. The first one, I'll just show you that one again. Because that one, it has worked. It's just not, you know, I thought it'd be better raised. It would look better, wouldn't it? You know, raised than not. So it has worked. Just needs a bit more time and messing, doesn't it? And it'll work all right, that will. You know, I can go over that again, can't I? I don't have to, you know, that'll be easy to do. So I've left that. And how I did that one, by the way, was differently, using jump leads and a car battery and these pads, these cotton pads that I got. What I did, I simply, where's it gone? Oh, it's here on the floor. I pick it up. Right, I just soaked that in salt water, put it on the top. I just taped over, I'm not putting the camera right, sorry. I just taped over there, right, and I got some salt water and I put that on there, and then I simply used a hammer, right, and put it on the battery and did it like that, you see. So that's what we did there. Right, well, let's put this back on the tripod and I'll take this one out and clean it up, and we'll just see, you know, if there is anything to report or not. That's what we'll do. Right, where are we? Well, we've got plenty of video, haven't we? I can't see anything. Oh, it's there somewhere anyway. Yeah, it's here. Right, so I'll take that other wire off that. I've unplugged it, so it doesn't matter. I'll just get the towel and wipe this off as best I can. And we'll just take the tape off and wipe it with some of that acetone and see if we can see anything or not. I think that's... But it's a bit of a messy job. It's messier than I thought. And it's an inexpensive hobby, you know. You can, It's good for doing it. For just etching, it's especially good, I would say, for etching tools, you know, and sockets and small things. The smaller the better. Maybe I'm being a bit ambitious at the start, I don't know. Anyway, we've got that. Let me take this tape off. Because if you buy stick-on letters, you know, transfers and, you know, but the whole deal of this, of course, was to do it, wasn't it? It's not about buying it, you know, it's about doing it, it's about doing something. And so if I can get this off, oh, thank you. It's good tape, isn't it? It's certainly stuck on here well. I'm struggling, actually. I thought it would have come straight off, but it hasn't. Well, the lettering has worked. I mean, to be fair, you can see it. What I've got to do though is get all this bits of tape off first, and I will show you. In fact, yeah, I would say that this is definitely the most successful. Right, so I'm using a bit of this acetone because I bought it, or non-acetone cleaner. You can use meths. I've got meths, haven't I? I've got everything here. Got everything I need, you know. So I will just clean it up. I went over that twice and give it a bit of a do, and that is of course using this low power 18-volt drill charger. That's what I use for that. Now, and yeah, it's got left a nice black imprint that I can clean off. Look, can you see? It's all coming off. So yeah, it has worked. I'm not saying it hasn't worked, because it has. I mean, it's just that, in fact, it's the L especially has gone in quite well. So it's just the, as I say, the cleaning up bit that's seems to be the hard bit now. Because of course, we all know what's happening, and I should have researched it properly first, shouldn't I, to tell you. And remember, we're on rusty bits of metal that have been laying around for a long while. So if you use a nice shiny mug or something and put your name on, I'm sure that you'd have a much better success rate than I've had so far. But as I say, it's worked, and we're only doing it because we've got it. You know, just trying to clean this and tell you what's happening at the same time. So anyway, no, it definitely worked, and there is quite a lip on it. I can assure you there's quite a lip on it. So let me just twiddle the camera a little bit so I can sort of see what we're doing a bit better and show you in the light. Only for some reason my eyes have gone blurred. I don't know why. I can normally see this, but it's a bit small. Anyway, there, look. I'm sure you can see that quite well. That's etched in there quite nicely, hasn't it? And in fact the letters are, it looks blackish on the camera, the M especially. The C is a bit pale, but it's etched just the same. It's simply that for some reason it's not done that. Anyway, if I get to, in fact I could do that, couldn't I? Yeah, I could do that. I know what it is. It's because this one I used wasn't a very good one to start with. I didn't, I put it on the belt sander a little bit and ground it a bit. I just picked one up to use it, and I've done two, you see, and the other one, I cleaned it up. So get some shiny, something shiny, new and smooth, and it'll work quite nicely. So, and it didn't take very long, and I was sort of moaning about things, but as you can see, the metal itself is a little bit pitted. And so that's it. Anyway, we've got a name tag done, haven't we? Right, that's plenty long enough video for today. So what I will do though is we'll leave that overnight. I'll put another layer on that and we'll just see if we can get some raised letters and etch the rest around it away. Because that, on that M, if you can just see there, looks a lot better, in my opinion, than the other one. But that, we can redo that. That's not a big problem actually. So maybe it isn't the failure I was talking about at the start. Right, we'll see what happens, well, tomorrow probably. See how we go on.